Welcome again to the Day Worker Center of Mountain View from our kitchen, the heart of our community. Today, we are going to prepare for you and with you this delicious and beautiful dessert, tamales of blackberries. Are you ready? Okay, let's go through the ingredients. Okay, here we are. First of all, the stars of the recipe, or one of them at least. Here are our blackberries. Then our corn husk. After that, sugar, cinnamon, and corn flour. And some water. So that we are just putting at work. So here we put some in a container that is going to be on the stove where we are going to add our stars, so our blackberries. So then we are going to add our sugar, so that we are going to don't leave any. Okay, let's go back and just mix until the ink gets really wet, well incorporated, and then we boiled. So we skip that little piece, but so boiled and they are cooked, and then we are going to blender. So once we start blending, just be careful. So we are moving very fast, do we? Okay, let's go and use a colander, and because it's important that the seeds don't get into your teeth, into your gums. That is no funny. Okay, let's just be careful with this process. Then we are going to add our delicious and nutritious and flavorful cinnamon. So let me tell you something about the cinnamon. So there has a lot of properties, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and helps also to reduce cholesterol, triglycerides, and improves circulation. So that's a nice job, cinnamon. Thank you. Okay, so let's use our blender again. We need help with that. We need to mix the corn flour with the water, and then use the blender because it's easier, right? And we need to make our life as easier as we can. So, and then the blender is very good helper. Okay, so now let's go back to the stove. When we have our water on the stove, so and it still is warm enough, so we can start adding the mixture that we have or we made in the blender with the corn flour and the water. So, and it's stir. So that's important because if not, it's going to be smooth. So it's better if we continue doing this until it gets a little thicker. Then when that happens, you can start adding the mix from our blackberries with the sugar, with the cinnamon and water, and then mix and stir and continue. I strongly suggest you use both arms because then you can use your energy more efficiently and you can do some workouts. How it sounds? Very good, right? Okay, so let's continue focusing our recipe for now. So continue this stirring and then until they get this consistent. So don't get scared and gets a little thicker because it's what we need. So now that my compañera is doing is just reserving some small amount in order for us gets cold. Then it's better when we do the next step. Okay, it's very important that your corn husk it goes really clean. So please clean it really properly. So then soak them in the water, cold water or warm water, it's okay. Just be careful with your hands. And then once it gets clean, just you can start using it, okay? So that's very good. This once you have this done, this process is very important part of the process. Then goes to one of the final steps. Just use our corn husk just to make our tamales. So yes, tamales de zarzamora, the delicious dessert, and you will find out the start of our recipe. The blackberries, they are really rich in antioxidants, fiber, vitamin C and K, strengthens the immune system, improves the cardiovascular health. So it's a magic fruit. So look at that. Sounds very easy, looks very easy and good. So you see the magic of the technology. We just have enough tamales to feed our family or yourself, why not? Okay, so now we are going to serve this. Remember, you need to put it in the refrigerator. So if you do it one day in advance, that could be optimal, okay? But if you don't have enough time, just be checking. So, okay, look, this jump, but literally jump to the plate. So with this delicious ice cream, vanilla ice cream, just for decoration, you can use these beautiful flowers, the color you choose. If you don't have flowers, that's also fine. Remember, it should be eatable, okay? No pesticides, so be careful with that. Okay, what do you think? I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope the most to see you soon in our next recipe from the Day Worker Center of Mountain View, our kitchen, the heart of our community. Thank you. Bye.